What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Guys, I was doing a lot of thinking about a story that's out here right now, and it's like, you know, just a story where a lot of people have doubts that the people claiming they're victims are not victims. And what I'm talking about is the case out there in Yucaipa, California, where a little 7-month-old boy by the name of Emmanuel Haro was supposedly abducted in a parking lot of a sporting goods store from his mother, whose name is Rebecca Haro. And both her and her husband, Jake Haro, got on TV and showed their displeasure and sadness, and it had the world scratching their head. Now, you know, this is a case of a missing child, a special needs child at that. Let's get that out the way. And, you know, when you do YouTube, sometimes you say things that, you know, you just think about. Like me, my channel I do suggestive news, you know, reviews on what I see on the news, and I just give my opinion as if I'm talking to family, you guys. And I think this story right here got a lot of holes in it. I don't believe these family, you know, these people, the parents, and, you know, people getting out and they're talking on different platforms defending these people. But this right here, just the way they acted on TV, and you guys have seen it, and if you haven't, I'm about to show you the original video, and I'm going to show you what the police are saying now, where they're saying they not ruling out foul play on this whole thing. And honestly, I wouldn't either, because I seen the news story last night, you know, that I'm about to show you, and I was like, man, this goes back to what I was saying. So I started sitting there, and I'm laying down last night, and I'm really thinking about this. You know, the pitiful display of how they looked on the camera, and I noticed something. And I think, honestly, and this is messed up to say, I think that little boy is gone already. And I'll explain that as well. Take a look at the story. I'll show you the original story, and then we'll go with what I seen last night that I want to play for you guys. So take a look at that, and I'll just come back with commentary. Just hear what I say before you tear me up in the comment section. Look.
Distraught parents in Yucaipa are searching for their 7-month-old son. The boy's mother says her baby was kidnapped after she was attacked by a stranger in front of a store last night.
Now his parents are pleading for the public's help to bring their baby boy home safely. Alina Bobian live in Yucaipa with the latest on the investigation. Alina.
Hi there, guys. Good evening. Well, the parents absolutely beside themselves as they continue to search for their 7-month-old baby. Now, take a look behind me. The baby went missing in this very parking lot here in Yucaipa, right in front of this Big Five store. Friends and family have gathered at this hour. They're getting ready to go out for a search party.
No, he's gone. I can't find him. If you know anything, please come and bring my son back. Please, I'm begging you.
It's a mother's desperate plea for help in finding her 7-month-old baby boy, Emmanuel. Rebecca Haro says it all happened Thursday evening around 7. She, her husband, and their 2 other children were at a nearby park for their older son's football practice. She says she drove over to this Big Five store to buy a mouth guard for her older son.
I came over here, I parked right here in this edge. When I was coming over here, I smelled the baby went to the restroom. It's like, okay, Papa, don't worry, we're gonna change you.
Rebecca says she took out a diaper and laid the baby down next to the car seat. She only remembers a voice she heard.
I was gonna get the diaper and somebody said, hola. And I didn't see nothing since. I woke up right here on the floor and I didn't see Emmanuel.
Rebecca says she woke up with a black eye and her baby gone. She searched around the car, ran into the store, then called 911.
Everybody came, the dogs, helicopters.
But no sign of Emmanuel and no witness to what may have happened.
Whoever took my son, please return him. We just want him back. We won't do anything to you. We just give us our son. Just keep him safe. Don't hurt him. Make sure you feed him. Change him.
Emmanuel's father, Jake, says his family does not have any enemies and can't imagine who or why anyone would take their baby.
If you know anything, please come forward or take him to the cops or please let us know anything, please.
Now, an Amber Alert did not go out for Emmanuel because it does not meet the criteria for an Amber Alert. However, according to the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, they are still investigating this as a suspected kidnapping. So if you have any information, you're urged to contact the Sheriff's Department. I'm Lena Bourbon reporting here in Yucaipa, KTLA 5 News.
All right. Now at 6:30, where is baby Emmanuel? It's been nearly 48 hours since anyone has seen the 7-month-old who was reported missing by his mother in San Bernardino County. And tonight, investigators saying they cannot rule out foul play in his disappearance. This is a KTLA 5 News at 6:30. I'm Kareen Winter.
And hi there, I'm Courtney Farrell in tonight for Rick Chambers. The boy's mother says she was attacked Thursday in the parking lot of a Big 5 in Yucaipa and that the attacker took off with her baby.
And now deputies say there are inconsistencies with her account of what happened. KTLA's Sarah Welch is live in Yucaipa with the latest. Sarah, what can you tell us?
Kareen Court, good evening. And as you said, that's why investigators now say they cannot rule out foul play in this case. This as the baby's parents went public at this Big 5 yesterday, pleading for their son's safe return.
It's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
Jacob and Rebecca Haro told media that someone kidnapped baby Emmanuel from the Big 5 parking lot in Yucaipa. Rebecca Haro says she came here with the baby Thursday evening to buy a mouth guard for her stepson. And before she went in the store, she claims she began changing her baby's diaper in the vehicle when someone came up behind her, said hola, and then knocked her out cold. And she said when she came to, she said her baby was gone. She also said she could not provide a description of who hit her. There are no obvious cameras here in front of the store pointing toward the parking space she was in, and investigators yesterday said they had no suspect or vehicle description of anyone driving away with the baby. We spoke with the baby's grandmother last night. She told us the couple would never hurt their child and that her daughter has been trying for years to have her own baby boy.
They're not going to hurt that baby. That couple were just home buddies. She's been without her baby since yesterday afternoon. If you have my grandson, please give it to his mom. She's going crazy. Please have mercy on her.
She also told us that her daughter and son-in-law were questioned by investigators yesterday at least twice, and she said the couple were shown a video during that questioning, and that video upset her daughter. We asked the grandmother what that video was, and she just told us that she didn't know. Investigators say after interviewing Rebecca Haro, she was confronted with inconsistencies in her initial statement and then declined, investigators say, to continue with the interview. Now, we did reach out to San Bernardino County investigators for clarification on this. At this point, they tell us they put out a simple statement and said they are not taking any further questions today. This as the search for baby Emmanuel continues. The investigators asking anyone who has any information about his whereabouts to get in touch with them. And Courtney and Kareen, you can bet there are so many prayers tonight in hopes that this baby will be found safe.
All right, guys, you've seen it to get us up to speed. Before I tell you what I'm going to tell you, you've seen everything that's out there now. They're saying, you know, they're not ruling foul play out, which evidently so. That explains why the police, in my opinion, it seems like they're slow in this search for this little boy. Now, you got to remember something. Police do this all the time, and all these different scenarios and all this other type of stuff. And a lot of times it's cyclical. It just might be a little bit of difference in a story, but it always remains the same. And the usual suspects come to the front. I think a lot of this goes against the parents. I think they are the top suspects, namely the guy Jake Haro, the father. Yesterday, when I was doing this story and I was putting the videos in order, it was a video where he stood a certain way and he looked at the camera. And I was like, that don't look like a concerned father. It doesn't. And then when he was talking and he said, you know, one thing kicked up out to me, I didn't say in other video. He said he was a healthy boy. He was a healthy boy. Now, looking at this child, we already know, and like, it's come out that he's special needs. You know what I'm saying? And God bless him. But I think I got two scenarios, and I'll tell you those a little bit later. But I'm going to explain why I'm about to tell you these scenarios. First thing is this. Let's look at the two parents, right? I don't know these people, but I mean, I'm just going by wisdom that I accrued over the year with looking at people and stuff like this, and this is just my opinion. The way she acted, she reminded me of Jen Soto a little bit. Now, the stories are different, but she reminded me of Jen Soto. The uneasiness, answering questions, telling the story, looking weird. She looks like her esteem is low. She also, to me, looks like she has signs of like a person that was suffering from some type of domestic abuse, whether it's physical or mental. And I think that's where that black eye came from. I think that black eye, let's look at it. The black eye is not fresh for somebody that was knocked in upside the head Thursday, punched one time and knocked out cold, supposedly. And with that in mind, that's a healing black eye. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly, she said she went to the car and somebody said hola and punched her while she was getting the baby, and she just saw white. How did somebody punch you when you was in the car? You would have to turn first to see that, to get punched directly in the eye. Unless the person said hola and then punched while you was leaned over in the car with limited space, and they swung hard as hell and knocked you out. It don't add up. And them police are looking at that. She said, I saw white. The way she explained it, she spoke two words and she would breathe. And then she would, like a little kid crying and trying to catch their breath. It didn't add up. It didn't. You got punched in your eye while bent over in the car and the person was behind you. Another thing with that is somebody said this in the comments section. Shout yourself out, sis. This right here made a lot of sense. You got punched in the head, in the eye. You didn't see the person that punched you in the eye, where that punch that you got, that's a direct blow from somebody facing somebody. You got punched in the eye. You fell down, were knocked out. You saw white, were knocked out from the punch. You ain't got no head injury. Come on. Then you woke up and remembered everything. Sound telegraphed to me. Sound telegraphed to me like this was a planned thing. And I think the guy has something to do with it. I think that black eye has something to do with the situation too. I think once that black eye was established, that's when something happened with a little Emmanuel. That's just my opinion. I'll break all this down in a second. Now let's go to this guy. Because some of y'all might be like, damn, you just blaming the dude. You don't know the dude. I don't have to know the dude. But I do know this. I looked his name up. These people from Cabazon, California, not Yucaipa. It might have happened in Yucaipa. They from Cabazon, California, supposedly. Right? This guy had 3 different charges over some time. Pay attention to this. In October 21, he was charged with willful child cruelty. In June of 2023, he was convicted of willful child cruelty. Now, I don't have the particulars of the case, but willful child cruelty is in this thing. They're looking at that too, these detectives. You understand what I'm saying? Now, all of a sudden, you throw the whole thing into it. And this is just me thinking. Special needs. When you have a special needs child, what's one of the things you have to have with them? You have to have patience. And you have to have reserve. Looking at this dude, I don't think he has that. These people are looking at this whole thing the way it is, and I'm going to just get into these 2 scenarios and get off of here. Because it's like they said, she had a lot of inconsistencies in the story. And you got to remember, this right here, to them, be the perfect crime. This is what I think happened. Scenario number 1. I think they was in the house fighting, or he was losing his patience with that child. She jumped in to stop him when he was doing something with that kid. She got punched in the eye. That's scenario number 1. Scenario number 2 is, I think something happened in the house with the baby. This guy, the baby didn't die right away. The baby lingered Like a lot of these child abuse cases we talk about, when they say, oh, the baby, they hurt the baby, and then they try to like make the baby, like wet the baby in the shower, and then all of a sudden the baby dies. Now they got another problem of how to get rid of the child. I think this is a whole fictitious thing. I think the baby died that day or the day before, and they got to figure out a way to get rid of the baby. Her driving to that thing, I think, honestly, the baby wasn't even with them at that game. They had got rid of that baby already. They used that game as a cover-up. Because if you pay attention, they say that, these detectives, they say, and like family members that are outside of the loop but know these people and trying to speak on their good character, you know, in the media, I don't think they know neither. Because look, they said, the grandmother said, they showed her the video and then she started going crazy and all this other stuff. She wouldn't talk about what she saw on the video. Why wouldn't you? That's your family. Has nothing to do with you. And I know you upset. But it's just, I don't think that child was with her in that car. I think they had dumped that child, then went to the game. And then all of a sudden, the fictitious story had came out. They had already planned it because the baby didn't survive from something that happened in the house. And all of a sudden, and that's why it's no rush with the police. Because think about it, the baby had a dirty diaper. Somebody on foot came and got him. They brought dogs, so evidently the dirty diaper would still be there. Or she didn't get a chance to take the dirty diaper off, but the dogs would have still smelt the scent, and they would have went in some type of direction. Even if a car came, they would have went in some type of direction. I don't think the dogs got a scent because they said they have nothing. I don't think the little boy was in the car. I don't. And I think very soon we will have an arrest, and it'll have something to do with one or both of the parents. And I think the main suspect or main person to probably get arrested is this guy, Jake Haro, the father. And I don't know these people. And I hope they got him wrong. I hope the little boy gets found. At 7 months old, he can't do nothing to nobody that would result in him being taken or something done to him. But it's just looking at reading the situation and how these people are acting, the fakeness. You had a black eye already, but you say you got it. Now that's me. That's my scenario. I think something happened in the house. Either he was fighting on her, the baby got dropped, got hurt, or something, or he was doing something to the baby. She jumped in the way and tried to stop it. The baby wound up passing. She got that hickey on her eye, and all of a sudden, of course, he has a prior conviction in 2023. He don't want that coming up, or he don't want to, you know what I'm saying, go back through what he went through before. Come on, man. Come on. Sometimes the demons in your past will come up to haunt you in the future. And that's what I think is playing out. You know what I'm saying? This little boy did not deserve that. Wherever he's at, right here. This whole thing is sad all the way around. And what's even sadder is you had people that were supposed to protect him seeming like they covering it up. One out of fear, he don't want to go back to jail. And the other one out of fear, she don't want to get hurt. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I hope I'm wrong, guys. I hope I'm wrong. But this is just me freely speaking with you with things that was running through my head of why this came to be. And this is what I believe. In the comment section, tell me what you guys believe. See you in the next video. Take care.